Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. In this video, we have a package. So we're just going to undo this here. And let's see what we have. So we've got Angstrom, Gravitas, and Dignitas. So these are going to be very nice lubes. Definitely good for controllability. It'd be really nice. We've also got receipt. And then we've got, right over here, the GAN 16 Maglev Max. So this is going to be a video that's going to be unboxing and reviewing it. Let's go and just open this up and then peel off this. And let's take a look at the box. So right now we've got a really nice, cool design, actually quite similar to the GAN 15s, which I'd say. We've also got quite a nice 10-year anniversary for GAN. Very cool. So let's go and open this up here. And so we've got our GAN collector card right over here, which is really nice like that. And we got the cube right here. So it's actually quite similar to the 15, I think, I would say. And then we've got our adjustment box. So let's go and have a look at the adjustment box first. Same as the 14 and 15, we've got a box with the GAN logo on it. So let's go and just have a look at what's inside. So we've got this adjustment tool right here. This has got the center cap remover, which is just like this. You do that to remove the center. And then just in here, we've got our adjustment tool here. We'll have a look at that later. So now we've got the GAN bag. This is actually a new GAN bag. It feels actually quite nice, but it is a black GAN bag. It's the first I've ever had on a 3x3. So that's quite cool. And then we've got the instruction pamphlet. So we're going to have a look at that later. And we actually got no CFOP pamphlet either. So, of course, a lot of people didn't really want that because most people who will be buying this probably will be already going to know how to solve a cube using CFOP or any other method. So let's go and have a look. So here is the GAN 16 Maglev Max. So we've got a little thing right here that's telling us to avoid violent assembly with the magnetic rods. So all we need to do is just press this and it'll open. And here it is. So this is the GAN 16 Max. And over here, if we just have a look underneath, we've got all of these magnets. So we've got the blue and the green. The blue is weaker and the green is stronger. And the one that's in right now, which is the white, is just in the middle of both. So we're going to put that back there and put that to one side. So here is the GAN 16 Max. So we've got all new piece design here, which is actually quite similar to MoU cubes. And we've also got center to edge magnets, which is quite new and only was available on the G-Volk Elite, if I am correct. If we have a look at the auto alignment, we've got still quite a lot, but I don't think it is as much as this is the 12. We've got quite a lot here, and so it's less than the 12, but the 12 was a very nice cube. So we're going to try out the 16 now, so it's first turns. And wow, that is such a nice cube. It's turning really well. That is such a nice cube. It's so like the GAN 12 was quite a nice cube, and I'm pretty sure this was better than the 15, but it is quite old. But the 16, wow, that is just way better. That is so good. Yeah, that's really nice. So yeah, it feels much faster, and I literally would say that this turns better than the 12, and the 12 I've fully set up with all my lubes, and this is just out of the box. So that just shows how good this is, that it's just that much better already. So that is very nice. So yeah, it is that is a really, really nice cube. So how about we just go and get out the GAN timer, since this is a GAN cube, and how about we do our first solve on it, and then we'll have a look at the features after that. So let's go and scramble this up and do some inspection, and let's do our solve. So that's an alright time for me. It's not the best, but that is like a really nice cube. So if we just have a look at this cube, if we compare the piece design between these two cubes, we can tell that the centers actually have a distinctly different design, as well as if we take a piece out, the edges look completely different, as we can see all the way up there. They are very, very much different. And then the corners, so the GAN 16's corners are actually quite a lot different to the GAN 12's, as we can see there. Of course, the core magnets are actually quite similar. However, these are covered, unlike the GAN 12's, which are actually not. So that's quite interesting. But also, the GAN 16 does not have any adjustment on the corners, whereas the GAN 12 does. And that's because we actually go over and take these out, and assuming you can't do that without an adjustment tool. But that is just how the piece design is on the GAN 16. It also, like, these corner twists are not going to happen. I'm very much trying to twist this corner. Not going to happen because it's really nice. But let's have a look at the corner cutting. So if we try exactly at 45, it's just effortless. More than 45, so this is line to line right here, it doesn't do. But if we do slightly less than line to line, but still more than 45, it can still do that. So it's got a very, very high corner cutting. The GAN 12 right here, if we just do 45, it struggles a bit more. And if we do slightly less than line to line, but more than 45, so this what this struggle at, well, this can't do it. So that's just how that works. And on the GAN 16, we can do roughly line to line here. Can't do, but slightly less than that, it just does it. And this, obviously, no line to line, but it can do less than that. So generally the same reverse corner cutting, I'd say. That is a really, really good cube. It definitely is very, very high performing. So how about we actually do another solve, just because a 20-second solve isn't that good for me. So let's do this other solve. So 18, so it's all right. It definitely turns almost like, I actually would say this is definitely at the moment the best cube on the market that money can buy, because it is just that good. But let's have a look at the features now. So if we go over and if we go over and look at the box in here, the GAN bag, if we just put the cube back in here, just like that, it is quite a nice box. I'm pretty sure we should be able to put the box inside the bag like that. So that's really nice that it can do that, because I quite like doing that, as I said in my GAN 5x5 review video. But if we just have a look at this instruction pamphlet, see we've got the Chinese side, but then we flip it over, we've got the English side. So we've basically got 216 customization options, less than the GAN 14, but really, do you really need that many? I would say 216 is quite a good amount for adjustment, and we've basically just got all of these. So let's go over and have a look at the adjustment tool now. So if we go and take the cube out again, and we take this part here, which is the center cap removal tool, we can put this on the center and press down. And this will take the center off. This is really quite easy, because With the GAN 12, I've always struggled to just take it off with my fingernails. I always do this and then have to take it off like that. And it's a bit annoying generally. So I actually quite like this, that it can do that. But yeah. And then over here, we've got our adjustment system. And this actually has a screw in it, which is quite interesting since GAN almost never have a screw. But it's quite a lot easier to read than this. And then if I get the GAN 14 out, it's basically the same as this. However, the GAN 14 is blue and it's engraved instead of painted black for the numbers. So that's really nice. So what we do with this is with the adjustment tool, we basically put this down and turn clockwise or anti-clockwise, or we can even flip it over to adjust each part of the cube, which is quite interesting because Moyu and also Chi with their cubes have made it so that if you turn clockwise, it does one, and anti-clockwise does the other. But GAN have stayed by this adjustment system, so it must be really good, and I quite like it myself. So if we just put this back on, and we just want to make sure that we don't break anything because that wouldn't be very good. And then we go and put this back in, just like that. This definitely is very nice. Now, I do know that the GAN 15 came with separate centers, but it's only from the first batch. But you see over here, of course, we've got what is called a center skirt, which is very popular for modern cubes. And it actually is quite good, I would say. It definitely makes a cube turn better. But the GAN 15 did come right. It wasn't as pronounced as this cube is for the center skirt. However, the GAN 15, it did come with that, which some people quite like using. However, it didn't come with any other batch, which was a bit annoying to some people since they really wanted to try that out. So how about we now just have a look at a comparison between these. So we can actually see that the GAN logo on both of these are actually slightly different. The GAN 12 is a bit dark and this one's a bit lighter. And if we have a look at the GAN 11s, this is quite light. The GAN 11s is actually lighter than the 16. So basically it means the 12 is the darkest, 16 is in the middle, and the 11 is the lightest in terms of the color of the GAN logo. But of course, we've got to have a look at probably the three really nice cubes here. So we've got the GAN 12 right here, the GAN 11, and also this one, which is the GAN Mini and Pro. And this one is kind of like in between the GAN 11 and 12 because it was released in the middle of them. Kind of have a similar GAN 12 piece design, but it's got GAN 11 magnets. So it's quite similar. So let's actually compare these. And yeah, so the GAN 11 is very nice, very fast, but it doesn't have much auto turning. So it's not as good really as these three here. The GAN Mini and Pro, it also turns really well. But it actually has slightly more auto-turning than the 11. But that's really nice, isn't it? Because it has slightly more auto-turning, but it is smaller. So that's there. The GAN 12 probably is the best performing. It's very fast. And it's really good. It was the main of like Timon Kolosinski and like loads of other people who were sponsored by GAN. It's a really good cube, but they actually did obviously switch to the latest GAN 16. So they didn't actually switch to the 15, the 13, the 14. They didn't switch to those because it wasn't as good as the 12. But the 16, this is different because the 16 is almost certainly better than the 12. So it's really good that GAN actually have a cube that is better because a lot of the cubes weren't as good. So why don't we do one more solve, see if we can get a really, really nice time. So let's do it. So that was 13. That's quite good. It generally is a really nice cube. But one thing we do have to know is what is it good at? Because even though it's really good at any PLL and a lot of other ones, for example, we can just do this OLL here, or maybe this OLL, right here, it is really good. But we also have to know about the M moves because all of you people who really like Ru and use it as your main method, well, you definitely need to know if this is a good cube for you. So if we just try random M moves, it feels really nice. And then if we finish off solve like Rue, it definitely turns really well. So M moves are really nice in this cube. And the GAN 12 had a bit of a problem, which the M moves were quite strong because it had a ton of auto turning, so it felt really strong. And the Mini M Pro has really nice because it's a slight bit of auto turning, but it's still actually a really nice one. It's kind of in between of these because it's just very fast, really. So it's just good. You could probably just do one flick, a double, but it's less likely. But with one flick here, we can get U3 and U2s, so it is quite fast. But also is that right now that it doesn't come with a spring conversion kit, so you might need to have a look to see if the Cubicle will release one, or if GAN release something like, you know, the GAN 15 had a new black version. This doesn't, but if a new black version of the GAN 16 does come out, then you might actually want to get that instead. However, this is the GAN 16 Maglev Max, so there might be a GAN 16 Maglev Normal, which you might prefer, but that obviously hasn't come out. We don't actually know if that is going to be the case, but it's probably highly likely. But for now, the GAN 16 Max is the best cube on the market. So that's the end of the video. I hope that you have enjoyed. If you really like the video, then give a like and subscribe. And hopefully, if you really want a nice cube, you might consider the GAN 16 Maglev Max. See you in the next video.